sense of security is one of the most important needs people have, and most people seek stability and safety. For me, each year I feel less of that. In 2022, I left Ukraine because of the Russian invasion, and I started my life in Poland from scratch. Last year, I found a job. I was really enjoying this job. I was able to change my refugee status and make more ambitious plans for my life and my future. However, in March, I was laid off, even though everything seems to go smoothly at my job. I wanted to tell you about this as soon as it happened in March, but I was very busy preparing for my trip to Japan, which I had been planning since November, and it also had its own challenges. So when I returned, I was emotionally unstable. Every time I tried to talk about my layoff in front of the camera, I just started to cry. I decided to share this story with my vlogs from the places I just visited in Japan. It also shows how I feel. While I just experienced one of the greatest moments in my life, I traveled with the best people to the best places, I still have struggles and I want to share them with you. I know everyone is laid off these days, and I'm not special, and I'm quite a resilient person, but some things are damaging me more than others, especially as someone who lives abroad and can't go back home because it's dangerous and no one can support me there. I found that job right after I returned from Japan in 2024. Most of the footage you see on my channel is from that trip, so it's ironic they hired me after I went to Japan and they let me go right before my new trip. I didn't expect to be laid off because the whole year my manager kept telling me that she was very glad that they found me, that my expertise is exactly what they were looking for. There were a lot of challenges with this job, but overall I felt exactly where I was supposed to be. I was praised by my manager, by my colleagues. The company also invested into making colleagues to care about each other. In my team, we had a bi-weekly meeting with the manager, with our team, where we had to talk about anything but work. And these meetings were a little bit awkward, and I think they were very stressful for my manager because she had to come up with a new conversational topic every meeting. She was trying to run some quizzes or to ask, first date questions. But overall, some of them were very nice because people in my team were very nice. I really liked the team I was working with. Company was focusing on making people to care about each other, just to let so many of us go in a very harsh way. 2 weeks before the layoff, I had a meeting with my manager and she said they are liking my job so much, so they gave me a bonus. And that's why when I remember all of that, it feels so surreal the way the layoff happened. I know it's a common practice in layoffs, but it was my first time happens to me. I had one-to-one with my manager. It's a scheduled regular meeting on a Tuesday in the middle of a work day. So I joined the meeting. At first it was only the manager there, and she was like, "Oh, how's the weather?" And then after this phrase, the HR joined the meeting. I knew where it was going to lead. Again, which is wild because it was just a regular scheduled meeting with a manager before HR joined. And another thing that also was wild to me, that right after we talked about layoff conditions, they immediately locked all my work accounts. So I couldn't even tell my colleagues goodbye. It felt so horrible. You couldn't wrap up your task. You don't have a feeling of closure. Emotionally, it's very hard for me because I'm very sensitive person, and usually it's where in my attempts before to record this video I start to cry because I'm still not over this. I'm in touch with my colleagues. I was able to talk to them after that happened, and most of them wrote to me and they said like, "Oh, I'm so sorry that happened to you. We are so shocked." And like they gave me some explanation what actually happened. Like the company laid off about 12% of all the staff. Listen, I know corporations are evil. And the attachments I was talking about are not about how I like my company, how loyal I was. It was more about a sense of security, which I talked about at the beginning of the video. And now I'm processing emotions that I need to accept the new reality. Before I knew that my experience and skills could guarantee me at least some sort of stability, but now AI is taking jobs over and there are so many fake jobs and competition is getting stronger because I wasn't the only SEO lead that was let go this year, you know? I'm not saying that I think I won't find a new job. I think I'll be fine, but I need some time to process my emotions before I take my next offer. And making this video is one of the ways I'm trying to live through this challenging experience. Living abroad is very tough, and I can't believe I've been living in Poland for 4 years. But I'm also very lucky because I was able to make new friends here. So at least I'm not suffering from one thing about migration. I don't feel isolated. I have friends who support me during these tough times. And also I have this channel where I can express myself. I really want to make my YouTube channel my main source of income someday. This is another thing I want to focus on while I'm looking for a new job. To make new videos, to find new ways to tell my stories and express myself so it would be helpful for others and so I will be able to reach to more people. Though of course I have my frustrations around the way my channel is performing. Usually everyone recommends copying other similar projects, but I'm trying to find my voice that can reach other people sharing the same interests. I've been working in online marketing for over 13 years now. I experienced burnout and I tried to change fields a couple of times, but I always returned to it because it was giving me a sense of security. Not anymore. This layoff really threw me off. I don't have this sense of security anymore. I know content creator potentially is also not like the most stable job, but at least I would like to try to make something that belongs only to me. If any of my videos have ever made you smile and you learn something new, that makes me very happy. I hope my videos can keep doing this in the future as well. Sorry this one is a bit different, but I really need to put these emotions and frustration out there so they become just a recording and I can move on. I don't want to make this video only about myself, so please share in comments with me how are you dealing with life struggles right now. I know a lot of people were laid off. I know a lot of people are struggling to land a job at this market, and I genuinely want to know how you feel about all of that or like any other struggles you have in this life right now. And it's not like engagement bait. I genuinely want to know what's happening in your life and how do you deal with it. I'm doing mostly fine because I take long walks, I read boys love manga, I watch anime, I read books, I reach out to my friends and connect with them. And I make videos, so this is my way to deal with my current struggles. And I really want to know what's your strategies, what do you do, and what's your goals. I would really like to talk about it in the comments. So if you're still watching, I want to give you guys one more thing. I will leave all the locations that were in this video in the video's description. So if you plan to travel to Japan, you can go to places that are not overcrowded yet. We traveled in April, which is a very high tourist season in Japan, but we didn't feel over tourism at all. There were tourists, but it was never too much, and some places were empty. We went to the island Tokashiki in Okinawa, and it was great, and we were able to swim in the sea. Some people don't travel there in April because they think it's too cold, but no, it's pretty hot in there, and you can swim in the sea. So if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, watch my other videos. I make videos about Japan, anime, manga, boys love, and my life in general. I'm already working on my next video, so see you in the next one.